Hey, just investigate and do my homework on his side. That's no fun. I mean, if you want to do your homework, I can stop. I can do it another day. What kind of hentai game is this? I don't know, asks it, she likes it.
So then.
Sure. And my struggling noises, okay. Stay till the end and watch Ted suffer. No, I always suffer. Every time I hear you, you're ill, get warmer clothes or something. I'm fucking roasting right now, okay? I've just got some sort of throat infection or something, I don't know. I'm dying anyway. But I don't care.
However.
Yeah. Sounds like his nose went skiing. Maybe it did. Hmm. Meet the Muscle Girl, she's my favourite character. Yeah. I don't know why, she's pretty boring. Set up and sat on my TV remote and turned the TV off 2 seconds. 420 subscribers? No, it's not gonna destroy that mystic number. Bruh. Do it. She's not boring, you are. Then why do you keep asking me to stream if I'm boring?
However... So, in other words...
It is the point. He is kinda dumb. Yeah, me too.
What?
I want you to have better taste. That's why. Well, I'm not gonna have better taste playing games like this.
What?
Maybe there's less people in the trail, so less people to investigate, more chance of you not getting found out.
I see.
Or what you said, yeah, that's, yeah.
That's enough.
What's the point of the game? Finding murderers, I guess.
Goodbye.
So,
Big titties.
But...
Yeah. Well, the fat kid was alive. The fat kid's death really confused me, right? Because he died and I was so fucking happy. And then I found out he was only injured, so I was sad. And then he actually died and then I was so fucking happy again. And then he became alive for a few seconds and then I got depressed again. And then he died for like a third time and I was actually finally happy again. Understandable, have a great day. You too. So if the door was locked, then someone must have unlocked it from the inside, and the fat kid was alive for a few seconds. Maybe he unlocked it and then passed out? I don't know. It's wet, kinky. Yeah, so the fat kid, it was a fat kid, right? He must have unlocked it. Because he was the only one that was alive in the room. See, I'm smart. I think I'm working it out already. I think you have to investigate the rooms that you were in. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm smart, I don't need your help. Are you saying that I'm right? I mean, it makes sense. I'm also thinking about the fact that the fat kid's body disappeared. But if he was alive, did he move himself? Because there's no way someone can carry that fat fuck up like 3 floors of stairs, right? And then he went into the room and and unlocked it. I don't know. I'm confused. Can you leave me more time to read? Thanks. No, I'm trying to rush through it. I'll try. Yes, genius. Using dolly, blah blah blah. Both rooms and sorts, that should have been possible. Okay. Even if the dolly was used to remove Taka's body, what about Fumi? The fat kid. I mean, there is, but maybe not push it, but you can carry it up. Think of this game as a longer anime version Among Us. When I streamed yesterday, I called this anime Among Us, and you weren't happy with me for doing that, and now you're calling it the exact same thing.
What?
Is that it? No. I did the title properly this time. Nothing interesting, just a camera and the TV? Okay. I just wanted to tell. I did try to type fat twat, but then PlayStation wouldn't let me resume with the word twat, so I had to change it to the @ symbol instead. I hate meter, it's okay. Trying to remember where the fuck I am. Right, okay. Nurse. Hello, goth girl. And just staring at the blood. Okay. That is what I'm saying. There's no way someone can move that fat bastard. He surely got up on his own because he was alive and we found him upstairs.
Let's see. Yes, indeed.
Took her to the bathroom and you scissored. Where's your suspect? I don't know. I don't think it's as obvious as they're making it out to be that missing guy, so... Spaghetti here. Is that the guy that's missing? I don't even know their name. I don't even know his name, so sure. I'm not a vampire, no, the vampire dude's dead. It's a used condom. Wait, is it actually? It's like glasses. Oh, okay. I just looked at the picture and thought, is it actually a condom wrapper? Hero, hi guys, spaghetti here. Alright, okay.
Oh.
Huh? Cleaning cloth. It's all bloody. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm figuring it out, right? The fat kid, Dan Jan to the music, yeah. The fat kid was on the floor, and his glasses were covered in blood. And then he disappeared, and we found him upstairs, and his glasses weren't covered in blood. So he woke up, cleaned his glasses off, threw the cloth in here, went upstairs into the room, and then died again. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna actually figure it out this time. We go to Hero's room. Oh, he's gonna give me his dick. In the dining hall. Yeah.
It's all clear now.
What?
Goodbye.
This guy's a knob. I don't know where his room is. Can I go to the dead guy's room? No. Oh, okay. Mayonnaise, she's dead. Junkie, she's dead. This person, she's dead. Everyone's fucking dead at this point. Leon, he's dead. Did Atlas go to swimming room if they don't tell you that? Okay. If I'm not dying myself. The fuck? I mean, you can, but okay. The fuck is this? Is all this? Robot. The writing. It's not the same as the meat being in the dining hall. Someone planted that there. See, I'm a genius. I know this already. I'm already figuring it out. It's just, I'm actually paying attention for once. That's pretty grungy. You left the big shit in the bathroom. Okay, apart from the camera... Wait, no, there's something else I can look at. No, there's not. Okay. Let's go. He's the NG. Oh, big news from Big Tits.
Just a second. Okay.
Head to the pool on the second floor. Yeah, they told me, but thanks. Why are y'all over there? Hello?
I mean... Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto. Huh?
Yes, it was the Illuminati.
Right.
He's so high and dumb. He's definitely fucking dumb. He jammed into the pool room locker, the fuck?
Don't be mean!
caress my face. Kinky.
What?
Or creepy. However you want to go with it.
Wow. It's nothing.
Sus.
Hey,
Too sus to be the killer.
and?
I mean,
Okay.
huh? Let me out of here! You got it all wrong.
Stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
Actually, we got all the pieces off. Oh, there we go. There's spaghetti here.
So then... Honestly,
Wait, how did you know that? I didn't tell you that.
is that okay?
Or did he tell her? Maybe he told her.
Could it be...
If he didn't tell her, then that's sus how she knew that.
That's terrible!
Like how before, in the last killer, they gave us information that only the killer would know.
Just the worst.
What?
Can't kill more than 2 people though, so...
That's right.
How does she know the body is no 2 if she wasn't there? Exactly. And don't say you were on cams, because I was on cams.
What the heck?
Please!
A fake hero, yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm sure you've got a clone somewhere.
What the heck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. See? Look.
Is she
See
naked?
how loose it is?
She's definitely naked. She's not got pants on.
I mean, come on.
She got a tattoo on her leg as well.
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
She wears shorts. Yeah, but come on. Look how far up that outfit is. She has not got anything on under there. You can practically see her vagina through the hole.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean,
Am I
it
wrong?
seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
Well, that just means you can't.
Ah, just a second.
But
Could be.
Honestly,
My photo was a simple pussy. Yeah, just like you.
what the heck?
just the worst. That's terrible.
What? What the heck?
People died.
Just the worst.
Please! Huh? How about that?
You know how they did it?
So then,
Motor Eagle killed
I'm
them.
at least 30% right.
Yeah, makes sense. Computer program killed people and moved their bodies.
Please!
Makes sense.
Oh, so then.
Okay. I found a hole. Kinky. Maybe we can use it to escape. In the rec room at 1 AM.
Hey.
Just the worst.
so
I think Dan left, by the way.
Don't be mean.
Just a second.
Well, you should buy it. That's you when I was saying I don't want this game.
No way. Please.
I don't know. Unless it's glitched out again, it says it's only you here.
What the heck?
Yeah, 2 people, me and you. I've got to open on my phone to read the chat.
Just the worst.
Please.
What are you saying?
What?
Feet don't fill me now. Someone's got a fetish.
Makoto.
Okay.
It would seem why is that?
No.
Anyway, shall we go? Hey. Correct. Hey.
Sure.
Anyway.
Where am I? Okay. Upstairs. You're back. Where did you go?
So then,
Kinky.
I knew it.
Yeah, we know.
I see.
You brought Dan and someone else. If Dan doesn't want to be here, that's fine.
Hey. Whew. So then,
Right. Dan doesn't know what he wants. He
That's right.
wants some penis. Don't listen to Soup, it never gets interesting.
in other words, however,
It's just fun to annoy you. Put
Makoto,
something white in there. Come.
because hey, is that right? So then,
One of them looks like Peter Griffin and Ted hates him. Yes. And I'm glad he's dead. Like a body report in Among Us, except it's not a full of people going self-report or where.
indeed, that's right. Indeed,
Why were you going through his pants? Weirdo.
why is that? Hey,
She touched his pee-pee to get it. And there's a corner ripped off which was in the other guy's hand.
so, however, is that right?
6 AM and the guy's watch stopped working.
So,
You introvert assholes, yeah.
hey. So then, hey,
Okay.
is that right?
Makes no sense, but okay.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Can you make it louder? Then maybe shut up? No.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Pedo Bear hit the buzzer.
Shall we go?
Well, I know some of it has happened. I know the fat kid obviously moved himself and wiped his own glasses. The note said for 6 AM, so I'm assuming that was supposed to be for the other dead guy.
Monokuma appears!
Oh, he's got himself a boyfriend.
Wrong. Boy, tough crowd.
The sexy girl with his character. Bruh. No.
Okay. Hey! Hey!
Let's go. Please!
What the heck?
What the heck?
Found a note. Or a note. Nig.
Hey,
That's right.
I'm still so glad that fat kid is dead. Like, I'm so happy. I would not consider either of those people friends, but whatever. I'm glad to. Climax.
The worst.
What?
Come on.
Yoo-hoo!
I don't know what Milfy City is, but it sounds kinky. Enjoy. Don't know what this does, but you know what, sure.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Research on your own risk.
So,
Okay, I'll do
your
that later.
votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived
It's so
everyone
racist
else
that they called the
will
killer the
graduate.
blackened. Like, why black?
Now
Fucking racist bear.
then, to begin with,
We already know who did it.
was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took
An
place.
alibi.
And we found it in that suit.
An alibi.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know
Like-
anything about it.
Now, before this starts, my current sus is emo girl, just because she knew about the box blueprints thing in the guy's room,
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
and I don't know how else she would know that.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Other than her, I've got no idea.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about
It's not true. It's
Hiro, what?
no. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
Everything we found in your... The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof that
How
you
do I-
are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
Hiro, what?
no. Just hold on a second.
I don't remember how I shoot things. Is it like triangle?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts,
Oh.
they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Bruh.
It's not true. It's
Hiro, what?
no. Just
There's one that you can do to slow it down, right? Which button is that?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
no. It's wrong.
No. The photo reminds me of Sam being Sanji.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
I can see that.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different.
I like how they're talking
What
about the
do you
alter
say?
ego thing right in front of the pedo bear who they were trying to hide it from.
When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Can the ghetto with everything we found in your room shut the fuck up? Yes.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The Illuminati!
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
That thing.
My gun!
To blow tarp, I guess? Must be, yeah.
My gun! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tar. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Obviously,
but are you sure
dumb
you are
bitch.
not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we
She's
found
sus as
Taka's
fuck, I
body?
think it's her.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame
Bloodstains.
in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, shut up, you
You have
bitch.
all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Is she talking about me or the character? Because, yeah. I never know what's going on. Okay. Just looking if there's okay. One billet, okay. Okay. Clearly by pressing the square button. Okay. Okay, whatever, let's go. Welcome back. I'm seeing her, emo goth girl, she's sus.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
What? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do?
your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Okay, I think I did it. I didn't know what was going on there, but I think I did it. I was just winging it, but I think I got it.
The dolly moved. I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident.
By accident, not on accident.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Even if it is her, I don't care. She killed the fat kid, so she's good at my books.
Didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately
Because you
obvious.
can't bend over in the suit, and you have to bend over to push the dolly.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Thank you.
No, that's wrong.
I would like to see you losing at Monopoly. Why?
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember? When you're in that suit, not only can you not, am I right about that?
I didn't mean to press it so quickly.
Yeah.
Every time Jan joins, the mysterious third person joins as well. Sus.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
This is like the easiest one so far, in my opinion.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Imagine being sus.
Of course I
Imagine.
wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that
This
Robo
case is
Justice
mostly
couldn't
simple,
move the
yeah.
dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro.
That doesn't make
without a
sense.
doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility instead of seizing on one viewpoint? The truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't
Yeah, this
disagree,
game can be a pain
but
in
our
the ass.
lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So that was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little...
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
and then...
And then...
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
My body is gone.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got
I'm
there,
confused.
we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
Like, I think it's the emo girl,
Next
but
thing we knew,
it
we
doesn't
were
make
searching the
sense.
school for 2 missing dead bodies. And
Because she was
after
with
some
people, right?
time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
You're
Okay,
always
well,
confused, yeah.
If that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka. So, regarding...
Wait, can I, like, review what that title says? Okay.
I wonder if he died before...
You finished your homework, well done.
Or perhaps it was after?
Imagine doing homework when you're not even at school anymore.
What order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
I just wanted to see what the full conversation was before I hit anything.
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Is it not? Is it the first one?
So, regarding I wonder if he died before perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
No? But that was the only two I can thingy on, isn't it? That was the only two I can thing on, wasn't it? Okay, whatever, blah 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 blah. They always say it's him, even though he wasn't in the suspect, so this is fucking stupid.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death came from...
See, it's only those two you can click on.
Taka came after.
So I've clicked on both of them, but it says they're both wrong.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
See?
while Taka's
I don't
death...
understand.
So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Right, so that's wrong, so it must be the second one. But the second one also didn't work for me.
Or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
See? It doesn't work.
Hifumi was killed with just while
Am I
Taka's
being
death...
stupid?
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
See, I said it's wrong for both of them. No, I don't understand. That makes no sense. There's only two options to hit, and both of them are apparently wrong.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
Am I being stupid here? Yeah, I can change to it.
They were killed in.
No, I can't change bullet.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
I only have one bullet. I'm holding L1. It says here, wait, hold on. Hold down the L1 button to open your truth cylinder, right? I'm holding down L1, nothing's happening, so I've only got the one. But it's not working for any of them.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Unless my L1 button's broken, then that makes no sense. What even else could they use? Or like... Yeah, I've only got one bullet and it's not working for either of them.
I wonder if he died before he threw me.
Okay, you look it up. I'm gonna like reply to messages and stuff if you do that. Come on, not have all night. The game's just, I think it's just broken or bugged or something because it doesn't make sense. Let me read the instructions here again. Drift bullets, yes. Holding L1 doesn't work. Do I need to do this? If you target a weak spot and hold down triangle, you can use that weak spot as a temporary flashback. Let me try that.
Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Okay, I think I got it. I think I'll do it this way, right? I think I hold
regarding Taka, I wonder
triangle in the first one.
After?
we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
And then I hit that.
Makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
Here.
Justice...
Did it. Figured it out. I figured it out. It's okay. I figured it out. Yeah.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
I went back and read the instructions again, and then I forgot that was a thing.
Tried to disguise their actions.
So you're
I forgot you
saying
could, like,
Hope
flashback
wanted us
things.
to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Oh jeez, this is Among Us. Let's see proof. 6 AM. The watch and the note. The two of them. Wristwatch. Wait, what? Is it not? Okay. It's an S, right? Where's the S coming up at? Yes, there we go. I'm getting dizzy looking at this. Oh, I realised I went through. I'm getting fucking dizzy looking at this. Jesus Christ. I thought you had to do it, but I was like, did they already? Yeah, they did. I just forgot I existed. Triple click them.
See?
Yeah.
Look, it broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must
But
have
that hurt my eyes. That was too trippy, that background.
Because as of last night,
Yeah, showed us this already. We noticed that was working.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption
Not really.
about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
So it wasn't Big Titty Girl. But in it, she couldn't have killed him, right?
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does
Unless
not
the scream
stop
wasn't
there.
him dying.
There was also the moment when they discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the
So,
equipment room the whole time.
did he move it? Was Fat fucking involved in
Then
this?
what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off,
Because
there's
he was
no way
alive
she
and they
could have
found
done
him in the
same
art
with
room, right?
Hifumi's body. Because, as we just
My
established,
brain is
she was
fried.
passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's
He
true.
got up and walked away.
We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said, his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Moved on its own?
No!
Oh my god.
Not another... No!
This guy with his shit in Scooby-Doo.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
So if he screamed, faked that he was dead, got up, moved the body into the room, unlocked the door, and then like passed out and died or something? Or was attacked by someone else? I thought the fortune teller is scared of ghosts. Yeah.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No? Okay. Do I have to do that triangle thing again?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discover Hifumi's dead body, and that is why.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No? Okay. This is hard. Like, the rest of it's easy, but this bit here, I don't like it.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
I don't know which one it is. That's fine, I'll just replay it if I'm wrong.
Body discovery and Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No? Okay. Okay, whatever. Oh my fucking god, I hate this game sometimes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No? I think that makes sense to me, but okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was
What?
made. Are we really?
Is that wrong?
The announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
It's the only one. It's the only combination I've not tried yet. It has to be right. Unless I just missed.
No.
I'm going to assume that I just missed and try again.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No. I don't. I'm actually going to stop for today in a minute 'cause it's pissing me off.
Are you saying
None of
that when
these
we
make
first
sense.
found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is why.
Are we really? So maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
None of them work. I've tried every combination.
Shoot.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body, and that is. Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when
Shit
we first
discovery
found
at a lie.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. How? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I've tried every fucking combination.
Shoot.
I've tried them all.
Are you saying that when we first
None of them
found
work.
Hifumi in the there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announcement of Hifumi's dead body had been, and that is why.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
None of these make sense. No, you'd have to look up. None of this. I've tried every combination, and none of them work. I'm actually gonna. I'm getting pissed off at this game.
I refuse to give up yet.
Found. Okay, so what the hell do I do then? Because none of these. Hold on. Shoot someone else discovery at Celeste has been found dead. What? So I do like the flashback thing, or do I just shoot it? You need to give me the steps here. Flashback. I've done that though.
You saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office?
Oh my god, you're not making much. So do I hold the flashback for the first, second, or third one? What one do I flashback on? And then which one do I use the flashback on? Flashback, the last statement. Okay.
This, there's a chance he was actually...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body was Hifumi's dead body, and that is why the...
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying...
Oh, I thought it reset. When you reset, when you reset this bit, I thought that reset back to the normal. So that's why I didn't. Okay, that
when
makes
we
sense.
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible.
Okay.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that. How?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong.
Break my neck,
Was the body
please.
discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long
Then
after
that place,
finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into
Well,
one.
because he wasn't dead at the
What do you
time.
say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're
So
asking
3
if you're
people must have
lazy.
found that guy's
No,
body.
actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yeah. I don't remember which one it is. Which one is it? Is it that one? I'm gonna shoot that one. Okay, I guess it wasn't.
Shoot!
1? Yeah, that's my second guess.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
But that means 3 or more people found him
Meaning he
upstairs,
wasn't
and they didn't do
actually
that at the
found
exact same
dead
time, did they?
Until we came upon
Did
him
they?
in the
I don't remember.
repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That
Yeah.
is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
It's definitely her. She seems so, like, I don't know, just the way she's acting. She's trying to contradict everyone else. Everyone else is like, no, he must have been alive. And she's like, nah, he was definitely dead. Like, she's just insisting that everything that we found was accurate.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
Oh, no, okay.
Shoot!
I thought that would be his glasses, but I guess
Well,
not.
here's one thing. The first time we found him again, his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before,
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. Because that fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera. And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
That he was alive.
What I'm saying is,
Picked being dead.
the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Well, who else would do it, you dumb
But
bitch?
who would benefit
It's obviously
from a
her.
pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Exactly.
Point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office.
She's trying to contradict everything
He
everyone
pretends to be
says.
dead.
If it's not her, I'm going to be
He
surprised.
wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands
I've played
up
too much
and
Among Us.
walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible when you
Then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, everyone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that
Yeah.
means he took part in the murders.
Which is confusing.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Yeah. The thing. No, that one. That one.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Don't ask why we were looking around in his pants, though.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been
Fumi's pants.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok and Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
I've got better nicknames than she does.
Yes! Every time!
Memo this end.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Taka sounds like taco. I've never had a taco.
Really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely.
Is
Hifumi
masturbating
stole
with
it
it?
off
I don't
Taka's
know.
corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
He killed
Here's
him.
your proof. Go ahead, show us.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No,
Sorry,
he's not.
No. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Well, he wasn't
The
because he
second
came back
body
alive.
discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind.
Well, who found the bodies? Was it the emo girl?
He was killed in the
Must have been.
repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Yes, the kid walrus.
Anyway, when they were killed
Okay.
bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Under all that spaghetti, there is a brain.
Good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
Yes,
So
you do,
which
you lying
hammer was
bitch.
used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Been very quiet, Super. You're alive.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did
You're
nobody
carefully
witness
watching,
them
okay.
carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well,
Okay.
one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. And, that's about it.
And then homework again. Wow.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice, maybe Justice Hammer?
Well, whatever, there's one thing. How was the culprit able to... How did nobody witness them? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing seems the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, okay. That's the hard one. There's so many of it to be.
What was used to kill? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing, the murder weapon had to be one of the
Is it just as simple as that? Okay. That was just simple. I was overthinking it.
Murder weapon
I'm gonna go
wasn't
grab a
Justice
pancake.
Hammer
Get
at
me
all.
one.
No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Cupcake. Those are two different things, you dummy.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most
So when
likely
did they have
because
time
it
to
was
scrub
used
it
to
clean?
commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a big...
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We're talking about a little bit work together. A little bit but yeah.
Based on the rules that have been been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Oh, so he killed Taco Man, and then someone else killed him, so he wasn't really an accomplice?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Okay, wait, I got it.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Want a banana cupcake? Yes.
Only the one who actually carried out. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people.
That is. But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Bruh. Stupid fucking
Based on the rules
purple thing.
Even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible.
That is. But that only really applies if there's one murder.
Go
right?
get
In
yourself,
this
and I'm not
case,
traveling all that way.
There were two murders.
No? Is that not it? Is it one of those things where I have to
Based on the rules,
carry it over?
more than one, only the one who actually. Assuming the rule holds true.
That is. But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
And then I restart it and everyone repeats themselves.
Based on the rules that even if more than one person is only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate. Assuming the rule holds true.
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Well, thank you for betraying that fat bastard, because I hate him.
How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Ship it.
I understand how an accomplice could
You
be
want
involved.
sushi? Fucking weirdo.
Then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
As the game suggestion, it's her. I don't think it is her. I think it's her.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Yeah, and that's why you killed him.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
The only two that saw the robot.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Then I saw someone moving, but they didn't because the guy was locked in the
floor specifically
wardrobe.
Because of what she claimed to have
In a
seen.
locker.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Makes sense.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one
He
who
must be a
proposed that we
pretty
split up.
fucking genius to even think about that. Not gonna lie.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our mind.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
I must be that
Wouldn't you
picture.
agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Nice emojis.
remember
Oh,
her
those
saying
guys
that
died?
too, but I don't
Go on ahead.
understand what's so strange.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body
You only
in
found
the
one body at that
Then
point?
Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste.
Yeah.
The four of us headed to the nurse's office.
So there's no way she would have known the other guy was
The
dead.
entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Stop spamming emojis or I'll put you in a
You
timeout.
hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble
I
understanding.
won't actually do that because I'll
Could you
need your
repeat
help,
what you
but
said?
still.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious what was so strange
I
about
discovered
Celeste's
new
comment.
emojis. Nice.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like
No,
those
no,
guys
I meant
died.
to hold triangle, whatever. I meant to hold it. I know what I'm doing.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious what was so strange about Celeste's comment.
No, is that not that?
Shoot!
Am I stupid?
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes to finish what was so strange about Celeste's comment.
Look at these. What the fuck? There's like mermaids. Yeah, you didn't know those, you didn't know those existed.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste?
Want us to end, but I feel like it's going to go on for a lot longer.
How did you know
Because there's a
more
couple
than one
clues that
person
we still
was
haven't
killed?
gone over yet.
And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
That was fake.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Don't think and hope, 'cause I'm starting to get sleepy.
Have
Sleepy?
you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
How did you know
In
that?
other words, it is an unassailable
Oh yeah, I can just take the
fact
picture.
that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Huh? None of these make any sense. They're dancing, sure. Oh wait, he was dragging... Yeah, he was dragging him to the locker. I was saying none of them made any sense, but that actually does make sense now that I think about it.
It's not a picture of the suspect
I'm too
dragging
tired.
Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Then shut your mouth. Oh my god, this goes on for so long. Like, this game would be so much better if it didn't drag it on. I think it's gonna be the blueprint.
After I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
Is there a way I can, like... I wanna, like, look at that in full picture. Oh no, wait, that's it. You can't bet. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it. You can't bend at the waist, so.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect
In
is
the
standing
picture.
perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit, but there's no way they could stand up straight.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
I suppose this is checkmate.
Obviously, a second game we're doing a tier list of characters. Okay.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's...
We all know who's going to be in the very bottom of the tier list, right?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying? When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said...
Oh, he doesn't want to give you away, right?
In other words, Yasuhiro Hanagure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, What do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Nicknames.
Shoot!
No.
Think back to how did he refer to each of us?
Last
I
names.
got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more
I
than
knew it was one
once,
of those
for
two.
example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it
Don't
was
dot
just
dot dot me.
incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance.
Don't talk.
Now isn't that a convenient? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no.
Except someone who's not got a last name.
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to
Well, she
laugh
killed the
or
fat kid,
spit.
right? So she's going at the very top of that tier list.
Come
Just for
on,
that alone.
Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
Yes.
Well, do I?
Yes.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open.
Make sure your holes are wide and open.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Ah. It's got random chest pain.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro. If there's one person
That's where the
here who
E-handbook
might
comes
have
in.
that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on
Okay.
pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is.
I missed. Oh well.
Come on.
Hifumi was trying. He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending. It's and since you have no way to contradict me,
Oh, for fuck's sake. Purple things.
moron!
They're so annoying.
Hifumi was trying. He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending.
It sounds so funny when she
It's
says that
and
fast.
since you have no way to
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Beetle Bear.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened, please? Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And
Okay.
that'll bring everything
I don't
to
want
an
to
end.
cheat, but this stupid picture thing, I kind of want to just look at the answers for this because I can't be bothered with it. Why is the naked lady thing still here? um. Okay, let's have a look. So I think it's that one, because they persuaded him to work alongside them. Right, and then it says, hold on, they convinced Hero to meet them in the rec room, or one. Get him in the robo suit. Where's the robo suit? It's not a picture of the robot suit. Right? Am I being blind? That's that one. Hold on. I don't want to go anything else. This is chapter 3 trial walkthrough, so it's only going to give me spoilers. There's not really any spoilers because I know who it is, so it's fine. But it's not making sense. I'm gonna look at show BRB, okay. Let me do the rest of them. Did I miss one? So you missed technical one with a regular hammer. That should go there. And that one should go there, right?
The killer is
I don't know if that's right, but it looks right enough to me.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
No, is it not? Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, stupid as fuck. I really can't be bothered with this.
I refuse to give up yet!
Oh wait, there's images, hold on. In Act 2, was the clock. But these images aren't even in order, what the okay. Okay. Jesus Christ, if I realised I was going to go on this long, I would have waited another day. I'm too tired.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next for these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1. And the Robo-Justice pictures they took, they wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack store. The second fake incident, this time, they planned with these that the
I know, okay, I'm
suspect
still
was
skip it, I get the story.
While we did that, this was took a blood packet and turned the room into a crime scene.
If I work in the morning, can we just hurry up and fucking skip this?
Meanwhile, so when we left the nurse simply and once again.
Let's see.
He wrapped Taka's body. That explains how. But even Hifumi didn't know what the truth. Their plan, and they did it using it. That should cover everything that. Celeste, sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
This game's fucking dragged on enough.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or
Welcome back.
I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. If you would, please, and when the votes are tallied, will you make the right choice or...
Okay, I'm too. Look, I've got to sleep, I've got work in the morning. This game's fucking dragging on. Despite the fact we found out who the killer was like 3 hours ago. Again, the idea behind this game is good, it's just the execution is pretty bad.
Honestly.
I knew it. So then.
Indeed.
Say what?
Just a second. In other words,
Indeed.
I see.
Actually.
What?
Are you okay? So then.
Damnation! Say what?
As for me.
Oh.
As for me.
What? Damnation! Say what?
Fucking hell, I thought we got to hit hearing that stupid voice of his.
Completely unforgivable!
Most unfortunate. Actually.
What? Let go!
Indeed. Honestly.
I swear!
Actually.
I see.
Indeed.
But
Because you're stupid, fair enough.
Let's see.
Well,
Are you okay?
so in the end,
What the heck? Well,
Don't be mean!
I wonder about that.
Why?
What the heck?
But...
You little bitch!
Okay.
Hey! You little bitch!
You little bitch.
This is fine.
I gotta get on with it.
As for me, isn't it wonderful? This is fine.
Literally do not care about your fucking dream. I need to sleep.
There is no... Just the word. Oh. Do you understand? What is... Yes, indeed. Isn't it wonderful?
Hey...
Thrills, chills, kick. Now then, let's give it.
I guess I'll let... What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Fucking finally. Yeah, I know she's finally dying. She's gonna get burned like a witch, okay. Very dramatic way to go, but okay. The fuck? My favourite character, burned alive. Yes, I know, so sad. Don't have any favourites anymore. Squirt, squirt. Okay, you can continue. Thank you.
Extreme! What are you gonna do?
Let me out of here!
Bad.
What about Jack? Oh, crazy person? Yeah, sure. They've not really done much though, apart from simp over that guy.
How
strange. Hey! Hey! Wah-wah?
So then, you...
Ooh!
Hey,
To your body? What?
Ooh! How exciting!
Okay.
Hello. Well? See ya!
so...
Hey,
Indeed. Hey,
What?
so...
Come on. What? Goodbye.
Goodbye.
well then.
Yo!
Okay. Okay, we know you're going. Bye bye.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck.
Shall we go? So then,
You're really close. So,
Hmm.
you... However... What? Indeed. What? It's true.
Okay. You guys were friends, but okay.
That's fine. Correct.
I'll find out what's in there another day because I'm going to sleep. Because I've been waiting to sleep for a long time now. So whatever's in there, I'll find out whenever I play. Probably Saturday or something. I don't know. I'll let you know. Good night.